My mother taught me silence was strength. I obeyed, swallowing pain until my father's apology shattered the illusion. That Thanksgiving night, I began uploading voice memos, screenshots, and diary entries, all proof of her cruelty. Today, Victoria Turner faces formal disciplinary action at the hospital where she works. I didn't scream, I didn't fight, I archived everything. Now she's exposed, and I haven't spoken a single word. Subscribe so you don't miss what's next. When I was 8, I spilled juice on the carpet. My mother dragged me by the arm, called me disgusting, and made me scrub for hours. My father sat at the table, silent. I learned that love was conditional, that silence kept me safe. That night, I buried my teddy bear in the backyard, convinced I didn't deserve comfort. I never told anyone. Shame and compliance became my shield. That stain never really left. At 12, I won a poetry contest at school. My teacher called home to share the news. That night, my mother mocked the poem at dinner. My father chuckled with her. I stared at my mashed potatoes. Willing myself not to cry, I burned the certificate in the sink. Watched the edges curl black. From then on, I stopped writing. Love wasn't pride, it was punishment. I began hiding everything that mattered to me. By high school, the abuse turned surgical. My mother critiqued my eating and my clothes, even how I breathed. I tried staying late at school, but she'd call the office and demand I come home. My dad handed me car keys once, said, "Just drive," then looked away. I didn't hide. I began recording her tirades on an old phone. My resentment grew sharp, focused. I stopped trying to be loved and started collecting truth. One night she accused me of stealing her medication. I hadn't. She screamed for hours, blocking my door, daring me to explain. My father watched TV, volume raised. I recorded everything. Later, I slipped the pill bottle into her drawer. Untouched, she's planted the chaos. Needing a reason to punish, I realized then this wasn't misunderstanding, this was sport. Her control was sport, and my silence was complicity. I vowed I'd never let her rewrite it. Junior year, I tried therapy. She found the receipts, cornered me, and read my notes aloud during dinner. My father said nothing. I stopped eating for days. My therapist quit, citing safety concerns. I started journaling in code. I never trusted paper again. That week, my dad whispered, "I'm sorry," once, then backed away. His cowardice made my stomach turn. I wasn't just surviving abuse. I was surviving betrayal. Every word I wrote became evidence. College was my escape. I stayed on campus for breaks, told her I had work. She sent guilt texts, emotional essays about abandonment. When I didn't reply, she mailed me photos of the house empty. Dark, my father included a grocery gift card, no note. I blocked them both, but I kept a folder, screenshots, timestamps, her manipulation archived. It wasn't revenge yet, it was clarity. The myth of our happy family shattered each time she spoke. Graduation day. They didn't show. I walked across the stage, scanning empty seats. Later, she called crying, claiming illness. I didn't respond that night. My dad texted, "Proud of you," just that. I stared at it for an hour. Then I took a screenshot. Not for memory, for proof. I no longer needed their presence to validate my worth. I was documenting my story piece by piece. Every silence, every half-hearted apology, it was all going into the archive. I couldn't finish the whole story in this short. The full story is on my channel and linkable.